What's going on, guys? This is Juan with Greener Grounds Lawn Service, and by the end of today's video you're going to learn about the CRM or customer relationship management software that I use that keeps me organized, allows me to send invoices, estimates, receive payments. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So at the very beginning, when I started the business, it is one of the things that I was researching. I was already thinking long term, how am I going to be organized? How am I going to keep X amount of customers, on schedule, going every couple of weeks without having to manually do any of that work? Because that's one thing. You kind of have to think long term. What is your plan going to be like versus the right now? And then you just set up a list of steps to get you to that point. So from the very beginning, I knew that I did not want to be having to do like a list of customers and then having to try to remember, okay, this is the day that I'm mowed. I got to come back in 2 weeks. I got to come back in a week. So I started researching all of the different CRMs, and there's a lot of paid CRMs which have a ton of features. One of them, for example, is Jobber, which a lot of the lawn care professionals use. But when I started this business, I wanted the lowest entry cost possible. So I was trying to find something that was free or relatively very low cost just to get started with the CRM. Some of the features that I was looking for in order to be successful was going to be something that allowed me to schedule the routes, or not schedule the routes, but have like a schedule that I could set up like at a customer, and then they're on a schedule without me having to go in there every single week trying to remember, okay, this customer has to get mowed this week, this customer has to get mowed this week. And something that would allow me to send professional looking invoices, professional looking estimates. That way I could make my company seem a little bit more legit, more established, more organized. So even from the very first customer, even though it was my friend's parents, I requested for them to send me their email, their address, just basically everything. I kind of need their address, but just everything that I would need to request from any potential customer so that I could get used to inputting the information, adding them on the rotation, all of that good jazz. And some of the other features that I wanted to do was to be able to send invoices, be able to like keep track of the man hours, how long things took to get completed, and that it could accept multiple forms of payment, pretty much. So after over a week of researching this, I found a company or a software that had all of the above, and the entry cost to join or to get started in this software was $0. It is absolutely free to start up to 50 recurring clients. So in the course of this first year of business, I've had many clients that were one-offs, that were like bigger jobs and stuff like that. So what I would do in order for all the invoices and all that stuff to be professional, I would add them onto the software. I would send out the estimates, I would send on the invoice. That way they could see everything professionally, not just like an email typed out with like a letterhead from Gmail. Instead, it's an email from the software. It has my logo stamped on it. It has all the information necessary, invoice number, all that good stuff. And what I would do after that job was completed was essentially just get them out of the CRM, because they were taking up a slot of a potential recurring lawn customer. I do still have all of their information. Whenever I input any information into the CRM, I can export an Excel sheet with all of the information. And that's really all you need if you want to, market to these customers later on. Maybe this customer was a mulching customer, and in a half a year, they might want to be remulching. So I will send out to them like, hey, it's been a year, blah, blah, blah. Maybe it's time to retouch on the mulch or something like that. These are just hypothetical scenarios, but it could very well happen. And once you get to that 50 customer threshold, if you want to keep on adding customers, you have to switch on to a paid plan. To be 100% honest, I'm not sure what that cost is because I haven't gotten to that point yet. I'm at 34 accounts right now. Some have come, some have left. Unfortunately, during the period when the company was growing, in order for me to, kind of like save some cash and all that stuff, I was taking lawns that were 15, 20 miles out just to get that experience, to be able to take before and after pictures to post on my website, to post on social media, just to have that social proof of the work that my company was doing. So when I started getting a little bit more serious and a little bit busier around my area, I started telling these customers like, hey, I'm condensing my route a little bit. I can continue to come service your home, but it's going to now cost this, and probably just add like $5 to the cut. Or if you want, so that it wouldn't be like a hard cutoff and you're still providing great customer service, I'm gonna continue to service your lawn for the next month while you find like another, lawn care provider. It's a little bit too far out for me, and I don't have enough lawns in this area to come all the way out here just for one lawn. So that painted a good picture in the customer's mind, because they know that I'm caring for them to continue to get their lawn serviced, but just business-wise, it's no longer attainable for me, or sustainable rather. Through this software, it automatically connects through Stripe. Stripe is a merchant processing company. It basically automates transactions for you. So whenever you would send an invoice, the customer would receive that invoice. They could then select if they wanted to pay with Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover. They would input their card information. And if they want to, I only have one customer, and I'm trying to get more customers to just save their card information. That way I don't have to be chasing payment. So since it is linked to Stripe, you would also have to create a Stripe account. On there, you could put your business information, whether you're doing a sole proprietorship and you put in your social security number, or whether you've already registered a legal entity, you put your EIN, and you'll put basically your tax ID information. Obviously, you're gonna need an external bank account that's gonna be linked to this Stripe account. So Stripe is also the same merchant processor that GreenPal uses, which is one of those apps where the customer will go out and bid, or they'll put out a job request. If it's within your area of service that you predetermine, you'll get a notification via text, via email, that says there's a new lawn up for grabs, if you will. And you go out in there, you'll see kind of like the square footage. Sometimes you get a Google Maps image. Sometimes you get like an actual photo of the house. And it's the first 5 bids through GreenPal. After a customer has received 5 bids from all the lawn care companies that are servicing that area, they can't get any more bids. So you kind of have to play it fast. So that's the good thing about Stripe. Stripe also offers a solution where you can have like an actual handheld device, and you would be able to charge customers' cards up front, pretty much. That way you have the possibility to, send them an invoice or just charge it in person. And obviously, cash is always king. So I'm about to let you guys know what the name of this software is. It has been a great software to work with. It's a small company based out in Alabama, if I'm not mistaken, and it's called Lawn Pro Software. Very generic name, but a very amazing tool to get started at the very least. Once you go into the paid plans, it does have additional features, but I haven't missed any of those additional features. In this first year of business, this has kept me organized. I'm able to add clients at the rotation that they want, but still accommodating to you. It creates routes for you to be the most efficient. It's just so much that you can do with this app. And for people that are just starting, that don't want to invest money into a CRM, this is a great solution. I highly recommend it. That's the CRM that I've been using for the last year. But for the time being, and for in the near future, this is who I'm going to continue to use. I'm saving money. I'm not paying for it at the moment. Until I get to 50 clients, I'm going to be there. So I hope that this video provides some information as to what you're seeking. If you were just starting out, if you have under 50 customers and you want a free solution that keeps you organized, that you can send professional looking invoices, estimates, everything, Lawn Pro software is for you. This is not a sponsored video at all. I am just a small-time YouTuber and I have a small lawn care company. They probably don't even know who I am, but I stand by their software. It is really good. And if you found this information useful, I hope you like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification so you get notified of whenever I post the next video. I have a lot of content coming out. I'm sharing all of my ideas, everything that I've learned in this past year of business. A lot of people are afraid to take that leap. And I'm hoping that with my information, they can make a list of steps that they need to take in order to start or even just have a running business. So yeah, without further ado, peace.